Hola bonitas, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review and wear test on the very new Patrick Ta Beauty foundation. This is the Major Skin HYDRA-LUXE foundation. Se ve así. This foundation is not cheap, bonitas. It is literally like $58. I was like, ¿qué? That is expensive. So we're going to be doing a review and in-depth wear test to see how this is going to do on the skin all day. And of course, you guys know I do have oily skin, so I'm very curious to see how this is going to do on my oily skin, considering that it is a hydrating foundation. So vamos a ver, but if you want to continue watching, then please go ahead and do so. Okay, bonita, so I'm just going to go ahead and take out the foundation. I purchased this from my local Sephora, and it looks like that. Como pueden ver, very, very pretty bottle. And let's read a little bit about this foundation, shall we? Okay, so this is supposed to be a lightweight and luminous foundation with serum-inspired ingredients and a buildable medium coverage formula that boosts hydration and blurs the look of imperfection. Patrick Ta knows the secret to every look starts with foundation, so he built a base that complements your routine, infused with hydrating skincare ingredients that visibly improve elasticity and diffuse the appearance of fine lines. This formula blends beautifully with bare skin and even better with makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get right to it. So this is what we look like without any makeup, and I did pick this up in the shade Golden Neutral 15. So I like how it has a pump. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is bring you guys in a little bit closer, and I'm gonna go ahead and start applying it. So we're gonna start on this side, and with this side I'm gonna go ahead and use a sponge, and I'm just going to pump it out. I think that's good. So that's what it looks like. It's a creamy consistency, like a creamy liquidy. It's not, ooh, it's actually a little bit thicker than I thought it would be. I thought it was gonna be more runny, but it's not bad. Ooh, I like this color. I did swatch this color when I went in store, but I think this color is gonna work. So this is what it's looking like. I'm gonna use my sponge and I'm just going to blend this all out. Let's see. Blend, blend, blend. I'm shocked with the fact that it's a little bit thicker. I thought it was gonna be very liquidy, but I actually like that. I like that it has a little bit of a thicker consistency. It's giving really nice coverage. You can see the difference between my bare skin and the foundation. I would say with this, definitely wanna set it if you do have oily skin, because I am seeing the radiance, especially if you like more so of like a not too radiant of a finish. But this looks very nice. Mira. I feel a little bit sticky, like the formula feels a little sticky, but look at that. So that's with nothing but the foundation. Evened out the complexion so beautifully. Like truly so beautifully. I like it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do this side. And with this side, I'm gonna be using my brush. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the product. Let's see. And we're gonna apply it right here. How it looks, I'm not gonna lie. It looks very pretty. I mean, for $58, it should look very pretty. This is definitely one of the more high-end foundations that I've seen at Sephora, like the more pricey, newer foundations I've seen at Sephora. So I'm expecting just really good stuff from this, but really like the coverage it gives me overall. I feel like it just looks very pretty. Definitely has that radiance there, which is why I'm saying, like, if you do have oily skin, you'll probably want to set this. Overall, I mean, it works very beautifully with either a brush or a sponge. Very pretty results. Let me see what the highlighted ingredients in this are. This has 3 forms of hyaluronic acid, which is supposed to visibly plump and hydrate. The plant-derived squalane, which is going to visibly improve elasticity and difficult fine lines. And kombucha, which is going to enhance the look of smoothness and radiance. I mean, the skin definitely does look really pretty and smooth, even though it's a radiant foundation. Sometimes radiant foundations can kind of give you a little bit of texture, especially if you do have texture, enhance your texture, I should say. But I think that this just gives me a very beautiful finish. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup, then I'm gonna come back, give you guys my first initial thoughts, see how it wears and all that, and then we can begin this wear test, because I'm very curious to see how this foundation is going to do for the entire day, because like I said, $58 is not cheap, bonitas. So I will be right back. Okay, bonitas, I am back. Right now it is 7:36 in la mañana and the makeup looks like this, as you can see. Very beautiful stuff, I have to say. It worked beautifully with the rest of my products, which I also did appreciate. And even though I did say that the foundation is a little bit on the creamier side, it feels extremely lightweight on the skin. It does not feel heavy, so that I can appreciate the fact that I'm getting great coverage, but at the same time, it's not feeling heavy on the skin is definitely a check. I do want to point out, if you watch my videos, you know that I do crease on my under eye, so I always go in with powder to set. What I did this time is I took any of the extra powder and I just kind of dusted it away on other parts of the face so that it could kind of give me a little bit more of a shine-free finish. As somebody with oily skin, I do appreciate that. This foundation does have that radiance, so just keep that in mind. But if you do choose to purchase it and you're like me, you have some like oiliness to your skin, you can go back in with some powder and it works great with powder. It doesn't look cakey or build up, so that's definitely a good thing. But we're looking pretty good at 7:36 in the morning. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is continue the rest of my day. I'll be back for my final thoughts at the end of the day. I'll also be back in the middle of the day for a natural lighting clip so you guys can see how this looks con la luz natural, but so far so good. And I have to say, I also really appreciate the shade range. There are so many colors, so there's something for everybody. And I also feel like this color 15 did work very well for my complexion at this moment, but I'm literally matching the Sephora bag. How on brand. So see you bonitas later. Hey bonitas, so here is the in natural lighting clip. It's actually much later in the day. I've had a very busy day, so I just now had some time to do an in natural lighting clip. So this is what the Patrick Ta foundation looks like. Se ve así, definitely a little dewy. By the way, right now it is, hold on, 6:53 p.m. So this is what we're looking like. Definitely a little dewy, pero vamos a ver. I'm gonna wear this maybe a few more hours, maybe 3-4 more hours to see how this does, but so far so good. Okay, bonitas, I am back. Right now it is 8:50 p.m. como pueden ver, and this is what the Patrick Ta foundation looks like on my complexion. Se ve así. And I have to say, bonitas, it's looking pretty dewy. Like, even though we did go ahead and went in and set, we're getting a very dewy finish. As somebody with oily skin, I would say this is definitely best for people that have normal to dry skin. I think you will love this foundation so much, because I do have to say, even though it does look very oily on my complexion as somebody with oily skin, it lasted all day long and also gives a very beautiful finish. If Patrick Ta ever came out with this in like a soft matte finish for us oily skin people, I think this formula would be perfection. But I do think that somebody who's looking for that radiance is going to love this. Perhaps you want to invest in a foundation, because this is not cheap. This is an expensive foundation. Then I would say give it a shot. But I would say if you have oily skin and you're looking for something that's not going to look too radiant by the end of the day, this is not going to be the one for you. Those are pretty much all my thoughts, bonitas. I hope that this video was super helpful for you guys in case you are looking to buy this foundation. Like I said, it's not a cheap foundation, so this does come with a hefty price. And I mean, it's a great formula for those people that have dry skin, normal skin. But I think for oily skin, I feel like a lot of people, like, this is kind of like what we look like through the day. So we're kind of looking for something to kind of keep everything in place. So I would say this is not the best for somebody with oily skin or somebody that doesn't want that shine on their complexion. But overall, that's what I'm thinking. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on this foundation. Is this something that you'll be purchasing? Is this something you'll pass on? Dígame down below. I want to know. So that's pretty much it, bonitas. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Let's me know to continue doing estos videos para ustedes. I'm going to go ahead and go, and I will see you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Adios, bonitas.